So how are you today?
I am blessed. I am honored to be here. And thank you for having me.
Of course. Would you like to take us back?
Yeah, so I grew up in a suburb in Michigan. I am the oldest of 3 children. My parents were strict, but they were what I would consider Black excellence. My parents made history in the suburb that they moved in. They were the first people of color there.
Oh, wow. That's big.
Yeah, that is big.
We love that.
Indeed. So at this particular dance that I went to, I had 2 friends, and they were sisters, and I had never been to a Detroit school dance, and I really wanted to go. So I lied to my parents to go to this particular dance. I just knew I was just going to have the time of my life. My parents were kind of strict, so now I'm going to be unsupervised. And I was so elated about this. So, yes, we got to this high school dance. And when we got in there, there were 3 guys that befriended us. And as we were in there dancing, we decided to come outside in the parking lot, and then there were other people, other kids and stuff in the parking lot, and we were just, talking and, just being teenagers. And so when the dance was over, they asked us, did we want to hang out a little while longer? Well, I certainly wanted to hang out, right?
Of course.
Right. I get to spend the night. My mom thinks everything's cool. So we're just in the parking lot. The dance is over now. So they say, hey, let's hang out a little bit. I'm going to stop by the house for whatever reason. I don't know what he was stopping by the house for. But being young and naive, you don't always pay attention to things like that, So yes, we were naive. And so driving, and we got music, and we're talking, and they were kissing our neck and holding our hands. They were just really nice guys. And so for whatever particular reason he had to stop by the house, he did. And as he got out of the car, and maybe a few feet before he got to the front door, he signaled us and said, hey, I'm going to be a second. I got a few things to do. Everybody come in, and then we'll leave when I'm done doing what I'm doing. Well, okay, at that time and that age, you don't see. You really don't see.
Of course not.
So we all go into the house. What I can say is that the house, I can remember going up 2 stairs. There was no porch. I do remember that the house was white and there was a screen door. Now, I am just talking particular about when I walked in. I'm not sure what everybody else's perception is or was, or what they, felt like when they got in there. There was a moment when I walked in there and I felt like, okay, but not knowing that I was entering into a dangerous situation, me and the 2 girls that I was with.
Right.
So when you walk in, there are 2 more steps, and there was brown carpet. When you go up the steps, there is a hallway. To your right, there's a bedroom. To your left, there's a bedroom. Then you'll go up again. There's another bedroom on the right, and then there was a room on the left, and at the end of the hall was a bathroom. We went into the room, and the guys told us to, sit down, make ourselves comfortable. One guy, I guess he went to the bathroom. we weren't paying attention. The other two guys were just sitting there. They offered us some weed. They offered us golden champagne. And there was a plate of powder cocaine on the table. So they were like, help yourselves. Well, at that time, I had never chewed cocaine, and I didn't know anything about it. I just hit a joint and had a glass of the golden champagne. Oh, I wanna back up on something. When the guys were sitting on the couch, there was like the table that everything was sitting on. Me and the two girls were sitting on the floor on the table. We were talking to them.
Okay.
So the other guy comes back in, and we're talking, and it's maybe like a 5, 6, 7 minute conversation. All of a sudden, this guy walks in. He's about 6'2". He is a light-skinned man, and he has on the top of his head one, and I mean no offense, I don't know exactly what you call it, but it's the crocheted Muslim cap that he had on, and it was white. He was, he really wasn't a bad-looking man. Mm-hmm. He came in, and one of the guys said, this is our uncle, introduced us. And he stood over us, and he said, well, good evening, ladies, and how are you? And he was friendly, and he sat down, and he talked to us about staying in school, and eating right, and being kind to people. And so the conversation went on. Now, mind you, one of the sisters was like tooting or whatever, and the other one was just like smoking with me and drinking, So I just happened to look up, and the older gentleman made a weird eye gesture to one of the guys. Now, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if he was saying, go get another golden champagne or whatever it is. He just did a strange energy. But I know that now. So the guy got up and he walked out, and then the other two guys got up and walked out. Now I'm just looking because I'm not sure like what's about to go on or what's happening, And so the older gentleman stands up and he says, I need you guys to get up and get undressed. And I will never forget when I looked to my right at one of the sisters. I'm like, do what? And he said it again, very authoritative. I need you to get up and get undressed. And then he just pulled a gun out and he set it on the table. Now, mind you, this man's telling us to stay in school, be kind to others, but yet you pull out a gun. Right. Now, I've never been in a situation like that.
So there was no indication of danger at first?
No.
Okay.
None whatsoever. And, oh, shit. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Okay, so what do 3 girls do when somebody tells you to get undressed with a gun? What do? So we get undressed. Now, I want to set something else up too. This was a time where a woman like me, I am kind of on the brown skin side, and the other one of the sisters was my color as well, but the other sister was real light skin, and she had light eyes, and back then that was what guys wanted, right? So he says, after we get undressed, he points to me. He says, I want you in this room. I want you, the other girl, the light-skinned sister, to go in this room, and the other sister to go in that room. The doors were closed. I have to take a sip for a second.
Please take your time.
he said, yeah, go in the room. And I opened the door. There's no furniture in there, no beds or nothing. And there's guys standing around. A lot of them. Yeah, so I don't know what to do. So one of the guys in there was like, bitch, get on your knees. And I did. And every hole on my body was infiltrated. I started crying, and because I don't know where I'm at. I just felt like I was outside of my body. This couldn't be happening to me. So as they're taking turns in every hole of my body, I'm crying and I'm asking them, why are you doing this to me? And they were calling me all kinds of names and demeaning me. I lost count at about 25.
That's too much.
They put cigarettes out on my breast. It was just something that I can't even really tell you what that feels like when you're helpless and nobody can help you. So after they've done all they've done to me and to the other two sisters, now we have to switch rooms. And we have to finish all three of the rooms that are full of guys.
It's absolutely terrible.
So when I was coming out of the room, I looked to my left because I'm trying to escape. I want to run out the door. And this is why that guy went out there. He pushed the refrigerator up to the door, the front door, and I couldn't get out. We couldn't get out. I never seen a bunch of men be so... First of all, they weren't men. They were young. They weren't like 13 or 14. These were like 17, 18, 19-year-old guys. I had never seen such hate. I've never seen young men that could do something like that to a young woman, and I'm begging you and asking you, why are you doing this to me? So when we're changing the rooms and I look and I see the refrigerator, I just thought all was lost. All was lost. So I don't know if this was angels or something. When I went into the other room, that particular group of guys had the light-skinned girl, so they didn't want me. Only a couple in there. So they allowed me to come out. And the same for the other sister because she was my color. And the other light skin one, they did her so terrible. They did her so terrible. Me and the sister sat on the couch until they finished with the other sister. When she came out and came into the room with me and the sister, tall man came in there with white towels and soap and told us to go in there and wash up. Nobody has no emotion in this house. I don't know who these human beings were. And we went in the bathroom and washed up. And then he told us he was going to take us to White Castle. Now, what I remember about this White Castle is back in the day, they used to race cars near that. Like I said, a lot of things I can't piece together. They come together, and I'm still trying to piece it together. But I remember they used to race cars around there. The other guys didn't go with us, just the older guy. They took us to White Castle, and the light-skinned one was in front with him, and me and the other one, her and I were in the back. And he had the gun to the one in the front. And he said he'd kill her if we said anything in the speaker. And he ordered us some White Castle. Now, the only smart thing that we did, and we never spoke about it, is that when he asked where we lived, there's a place on 9 and Evergreen. It used to be a monastery. Because me and my friends used to ride through a bike trail. It's across from Spanx Howard. And that's where we told him we lived behind the monastery. That's where he dropped us off. There are no sidewalks in the suburbs where we stay. Their mom worked afternoons, and they had a little bit more freer lifestyle. They didn't have to do homework, you know what I mean? She was a single parent, and so they could come and go as they please. So when we finally got to the house, we were in silence when we were walking there. Like, what do you say? What do you do? And why would you do that to us? Why? Why? Why would you befriend us and do that to us? We got to their house. And we all three got in the shower together. And we scrubbed, and we scrubbed, and we scrubbed, and we cried. And we scrubbed, and we cried. Because we didn't know what to do and who to tell. Who do you tell that something like that happens to you? I need a break. I need a break.